for the ultimate boozy brunch.
It really is my favorite meal.
We've got tips for the most incredible dishes.
Easy and delicious apple cinnamon French toast casserole. Show us the money.
And creative cocktails.
Behold, the fried chicken Bloody Mary.
And
Whoa!
Cat and Nat are dishing with us. Plus,
Do you think mocktails are the new cocktails?
Cheers to my ladies.
that's next.
Most people start their boozy brunch in the morning, but I start mine the night before. Now, not the boozing, just the prep. Because I'm going to show you how to make the perfect overnight brunch casserole so you actually have time to enjoy your morning. Now, all I need is a cocktail and my friends.
Now that's better.
Cheers to that.
Let's get our boozy brunch on, y'all.
Let's dish. The kitchen has always been at the center of my world because life is more delicious when it's full of food and fun.
Everybody knows me as a culinary expert and food judge on television, but also I'm just a mom trying to get dinner on the table.
From Hollywood to home, I bring Southern sweet and Caribbean heat. And I'm not afraid to stir the pot.
Good food, good friends, good dish. Drinking and walking. Walking, drinking and walking. Woo, woo, woo. Ah, very refreshing. I'm coming around on this side.
There we go.
Welcome to the Good Dish, you guys. Who is ready for the ultimate boozy brunch besides us? We've got a ton of tasty brunch ideas coming for you today and some dangerously delicious cocktails too. Guys, before we dive into so much delicious food happening here, what is your #1 rule for hosting a successful and boozy brunch?
I'm a terrible morning person. I'm just gonna tell you that right now, which they know because they have had to work with me every morning. And I'm not happy in the morning. So like Jamaica said, I love doing as much prep, grocery shopping, organizing as I can so that in the morning I have to do the least work, I can sleep the longest. People show up and it looks like I've been hard at work all morning long.
Yeah, because I mean, prepping ahead allows you to focus on what's really important when it comes to brunch. Like what to wear, what to drink, and how much you're gonna catch up on with your friends, because we could talk all day long.
I love it. So we're gonna kick things up today with a drink that is a whole meal in itself. Behold, the fried chicken Bloody Mary. Look at this thing. Can you see what's going on here? There is a whole fried Cornish hen stuck in here, an entire chicken on a stick, bacon, pickles, olives, jalapeno, okra. I mean, and not to mention enough Bloody Mary to definitely slake your thirst.
I mean, when your cocktail comes with a knife and fork, that means you are in serious trouble. That is one sign to run.
I don't really understand how you're supposed to drink that. Like, I don't know how you physically attack it.
Yeah, it's unclear to me. I've not tried, but I could. I guess you would eat the chicken first and then just like sip it down. You know what I mean? Are you a Bloody Mary fan? Do you do a lot of Bloody Marys?
I love a Bloody Mary.
Well, you can't finish
I
that
love
anyway.
One, but I like a tailored Bloody Mary. Do you know what I mean?
A normal one? Okay.
Just a little smaller than that one. Well, while Bloody Marys are popping up all over the country, there is a surf and turf Bloody Mary that we found in Wisconsin. Check this out.
What?
One whole bacon wrapped around a lobster tail, a filet mignon, baby corn, 6 onion rings, a skewer of shrimp, even an ice cream sundae is in there. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm kind of horrified.
I can't even see the Bloody Mary under there. I got lost.
I don't know what I'm looking at.
Okay, well, if you thought that was a doozy, check out Bloody Mary in Dallas, Texas. Okay, it is an entire crawfish, a bacon cheeseburger, shrimp, beef jerky, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, green beans, okra, onions, tomatoes, olives, cheese, and because it didn't have enough, they added a pickle. Just for garnish, I guess.
It's like the whole buffet worked its way into one hot tub. The whole is bizarre to me. But clearly it works. People are going in for it.
Someone's
ordering it.
Exactly.
Getting that. Report back if you've had one of those. I would love to know the experience.
Desperately want to eat this pickle though.
I have to, I'm a real brunch person. I love breakfast. I love brunch. Although I have to admit, brunch these days for me is less boozy, a lot more Shirley Temples than there are cocktails. That's just kind of how it goes. I recently had an amazing brunch with my kids because my kids have learned to love brunch too. Like eggs are very important in my house. This is me and my daughter Dahlia at her birthday brunch this year. We had this private little cozy cabin to ourselves and we just did the whole thing. Like the pastries, the eggs, we had coffee, they had Shirley Temples. We did it all. I mean, it really is my favorite meal.
That's how you bring in a birthday, Dahlia.
By the way, the spicy pickled green bean I just ate might make me a believer in this crazy thing we're looking at.
Break off a wing
so
there.
good.
That's how it goes.
All right.
You know I will.
You two tackle that, and I'm gonna go to this tape here because we all love a messy brunch with our friends or our kids, but let's be real, who has time to all of that and be ready in the morning? That is why all of TikTok was so excited when they saw this video of the plastic bag omelet. Have you heard of this?
No.
It's got over 5 million views. Oh my goodness, take a look at this.
If you're tired of eating cold cereal in the morning because you just never have enough time to fix you something good, y'all need to watch this one. I'm gonna show you something. This is 2 eggs. You can do 3 if you'd like. You can actually make up 3 or 4 different bags and cook them all at the same time. Take that bag we mixed up, drop it in there. Set your timer for 20 minutes. Now go do something else to get ready for work. All right, here we go. There's your omelet.
Okay, I have so many things to say about that. I have like 500 things to say about that video. And first of all, he's amazing, extraordinary human being. Did you see Belly Pete's hot sauce holder on his wrist?
His holster for all his hot sauce.
Like respect, actually, I have to say. That is extraordinary.
I gotta get that.
Commitment to the cause.
Yeah.
I'm in awe, actually. That omelet, look, I don't cook a lot in the plastic bags, but I love, it looked professional. Like it looked like a tri-fold omelet. It was beautiful.
It was. Actually, that plastic bag omelet is the DIY version of sous vide cooking, which a lot of you have probably heard of. Sous vide cooking is boiling at very specific temperatures, very precise to the degree, in a heat-resistant bag, and it will definitely beautifully cook those eggs. I'm not quite sure he was using the right bag for it. The issue with the bag is that when you roll it out, it can look a little sad as an omelet. So we're gonna make our own version now using mason jars. Come over here, girls.
Oh, fun.
This is a super, super fun thing to do for brunch, to do with your kids, to do for your girlfriends or any friends at home. And all you have to do is get little mason jars. And as you can see, I've already whisked eggs into the bottom of greased mason jars. I just greased them with a little oil or butter. I have a little bit of cheese that I've put in mine, and I'm gonna add all of our favorite omelet toppings. So you can do this even the night before. Go ahead, put whatever you want in your omelet. You go right for the jalapenos because I love you.
This is such a fun sort of novel take on like a customizable brunch menu because
Yes.
you don't want to make. I've learned with my children, you don't want to put too many choices out or nobody's happy, right? But I think it's fun that you don't have to then spend a long time making individual omelets for people. This is
Yes.
Just
shake it up.
Yep, give it a shake. You can even then take a marker and write your initials so you know whose is whose.
Don't steal mine.
And then right over here, Daphne, if you lift this up, I have a pot of simmering water.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna, simmering, not boiling, and I'm going to place our eggs. You want the water to come about 3/4 of the way up the bottle.
to the shoulders.
To the shoulders of your mason jar, exactly. You're gonna cook until the eggs are cooked through, puffed up and beautiful, which usually is about 10 to 12 minutes. You definitely wanna watch it carefully. And here they are.
Oh.
And they should just be sort of lightly poached, gently, gently cooked, and delicious. And you have your own individual omelet.
Look at this.
See that?
So fun. The cheese is cooked right there on top. I've got nice veggies in here, tender, delicious.
And it is actually perfectly cooked. I'm convinced. All right, just give me that hot sauce holder and we're good to go.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Coming up, we're sweetening things up with a sugary apple cinnamon French toast casserole. You can also prep the night before.
Like something you saw on the show today? We're dishing all the details on the good list. All the recipes, important tips, and tricks, all in one place. So stay tuned until the end of the show when we'll share the good list QR code. You can scan to send it all right to your phone.
Welcome back to the Good Dishes Boozy Brunch. Now this is an easy and delicious apple cinnamon French toast casserole. Oh my goodness. It will definitely be the start of your next get together. guaranteed, all right? And if you don't have any friends to get together with, make it yourself. You can be your own best friend. It's that good, okay? All right, so we're gonna start off with some brown sugar, a little cinnamon, nutmeg going into a pan. And as you can see, this pan of apples, I've already started sauteing them down in a little bit of butter. All right, so once you get that going down, we already have in this pan over here, I've got a layer of bread and a couple of apples in this dish, and we're gonna finish layering it off. Now, Daphne, can you scoot over here? Because I'm gonna have Gail whip up the wet ingredients. Yes, so, should have told you, bring your bread with you.
Oh, here I come. Bring the bread.
I like that you've kind of just ripped up the bread.
Yes, and it
thrown
can be
in.
whatever
That's nice.
stale bread that you may have at home, that baguette, yes, whatever it may be. Tear it up, cut it up. You can go ahead and layer that in. So we have one layer of some cooked apples and bread, and then I'm gonna come right on top of that, and then Gail is gonna go with the wet ingredients.
Yes.
Take it away, honey.
So I have eggs in here, and I'm going to add half and half and milk, and then I have some vanilla, some brown sugar, and a little bit of salt. I'm gonna break that up. Make sure your brown sugar is soft.
It's sort of like a French toast custard that we're making
Yeah,
here.
Yes,
exactly.
very,
That's
very
exactly
similar.
what it is, and it's almost like a bread pudding base. Oh, you know what I mean? Because you're gonna let it soak through all.
Do you know what I also love?
Of
I
the
feel
bread
like
that you've
outside, yes, soak it up. And actually, this is probably something you can make the night before and then have delicious family
Yes.
breakfast ready first thing in the morning if you want to just jazz everybody up on the sugar. I love that outside of the fall, sometimes we forget about the combo of cinnamon and apples.
Ready?
And it's so versatile and such like
for
a
it.
comforting mix. I love it. In this.
Yes.
I'm just gonna pour this right over.
And before you bake it, you can add some walnuts on top. So for the sake of
Oh, I
things,
like that.
Just I'll kind of show you with the walnuts. Put that on top there. So now you can cover this with foil, and you'll start off covered, and then you'll uncover it. Bake at 375, about 35 minutes. Oh my goodness, I gotta walk and carry this heavy load. Let's go.
Goodness. All right, well, let's pop her in the
yes,
oven. It smells
pop her
good.
in, and then once you smell the house wafting of that cinnamon apple buttery goodness, this is what comes out.
Show us the money.
You
got
get
that.
that?
Wow.
You see all that? Yes. Now, if this doesn't start your brunch off right, so
Where are you going?
Wrong with.
Whoa!
We got some brunch today. Brunch without us.
Let me make it.
She was a server.
Wow.
They keep very.
Let me help you.
A really light tray. It was wow. I gracefully.
It's Cat and Nat, you guys. The
What's
hashtag
waitress?
Mom Truths podcast. Here's your drink.
Thank you.
You brought your own drink. This is amazing.
Yeah, we brought wine. I mean, you picked the perfect moment. You have a habit of doing that. That's nice of you to say. It doesn't always feel that way, but okay.
And they smelled all of this greatness. Now, Gail, thank you, because this is not done. But wait, there's more. You're going to top it off with a little dust of powdered sugar as it comes out of the oven. And then...
And I heard it's fat-free. So.
It really is. Everything is fat-free in your minds, right?
Oh, my.
And this is when you dive in when it's nice and warm, ladies.
Delish.
I'm here.
it's ready
I'm
to
here
go
hoarding
right
all the servings over here.
Oh, yeah.
Now, guys, just first of all, we didn't even get to really introduce you because we immediately went
were
into
too excited.
drinks and food, obviously. Cat and Nat from the hashtag Mom Truths podcast. Also, dear friends, also hilarious. If you're not already following them online, which everybody is, it is like the funniest, most real life moms, best friends, 7 kids between them. We're gonna talk about all the cool stuff you do. But I gotta know, since we're here for our Boozy Brunch show, you're like obviously at each other's houses all the time.
Yes.
But when you go to other people's houses or to each other's houses, are you the ones that show up early and like chip in and help with the meal? Or are you like always rolling in late? You know?
Oh, well, I would be there to help because I love being in the kitchen and I love cooking and learning from other people. And Kat will show up at the end and just be there to taste it all. Mom truth.
If you're gonna bring me over, I won't bring anything.
No.
Like you invited me, I'm bringing nothing.
She's like, and if you're inviting me to dinner, I don't need to spend more on the gift than you're spending to make the meal.
Oh, okay.
Lots of rules over here.
I do appreciate the candidness.
I really do. You know what I mean? Like you're not mincing words. Look,
Tell me what to bring. I will help you out. If not, I don't care. I'm coming. I'm eating. I'll be gracious.
Am I allowed to eat this?
Yes.
It's so
You
good.
do not have to bring anything.
No, I
No,
don't.
and you tell them your presence enough.
Exactly.
Alone, your presence
You
is
invited
gift
the
enough, right?
entertainment.
I don't know.
There you go. You bring the party.
You brought the wine today. I think that's always a fair way to expect a re-invite.
So good.
Nat likes to drink a lot, so we have to bring.
Oh, I know.
Now she's getting back at me.
So give us your candid opinion, since it's such on-brand moments for you. What do you think of our delicious? Like Jamaica's delicious.
This is my favorite meal. I would eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't even need brunch. You know, this is amazing.
And I love that it's like really moist, but it's not too sweet because it's brunch.
And you can prep it overnight. That's the most amazing thing.
And kids would eat this.
Oh, absolutely.
Definitely, they would eat
be their
this.
favorite. They wouldn't even know what this was.
Dessert for breakfast? Thanks, Mom.
Amazing.
All right, good stuff. Okay, guys, guess what? Coming up, Cat and Nat are sticking around. We are just getting this boozy brunch started. Do not change the channel. All right, they are the wildly popular women behind the hashtag Mom Truths podcast with 7 kids between them, a book, the podcast, and a wine label. There's almost nothing these friends, best friends and moms can't do. Cat and Nat have become everyone's favorite friends and moms who don't hold anything back. Take a look.
Clubbing prepares you for motherhood.
Shots. Lots of shots. I mean, one's with alcohol,
And one is with espresso.
You're an Uber driver. Get ready to spend about 10 hours in a car a day. I had no idea it would be like this. You come down in the morning, I got nothing to wear. Pardon? I got nothing to wear. Pardon? I did 1,700 loads of laundry and I had nothing to wear. I asked you to go before you left the house. You didn't have to go. And the minute I sit down to have a glass of wine, you're telling me that you have to poop.
By the time I'm done wiping your butt, my food is cold and my wine is lukewarm.
You're crazy. So accurate.
You guys have gotten me through the last 2 years, I have to tell you. Seriously, you give me joy when the rest of the world doesn't feel very joyful.
I would have been nothing without her. Like, we weren't even supposed to be together at times. We would sneak into each other's houses because our kids needed each other and we needed each other.
I mean, this is like the perfect boozy brunch experience too. To just cut. These three Canadians sat down immediately. Like they grew up on the same block. They went to the same high school. It's ridiculous. But I do have to say, I think your candor and your sense of just like what moms need to hear in the moment, and honestly just have acknowledged in the moment, has been, especially in this time, valuable beyond belief. How did that develop? How did that come together? How have things changed for you, over the last couple of years? What's going on in the world of Cat and Nat?
I feel like everyone asks us that question, and don't we all not know what's going on? Like, I think as moms, you're putting out a lot of fires constantly while trying to manage your own life and make it happen. And I think if we get through the day and we're like, we did it, and we laugh and smile, and I think that all of us have really no idea what's going on, and we are doing the best we can daily. And
it's just that we actually share it and make videos about it. But when everyone started telling us that what we were saying was resonating with them, then we felt less alone at the same time.
Yeah.
And you could sit and cry all day about the guilt we feel for motherhood, or you could laugh, and we love to laugh about it.
Better laugh at it.
You gave us permission to have dance parties in our Spanx all over the house with our kids. I don't know. You really did. You helped us see the light and the laughter in some dark moments.
They really were. They were really hard.
And you guys, you tell it like it is. And so, okay, we know you drink. It's no secrets. It's all on your social. You know how to party.
Yes.
I gotta know, who's the lightweight at brunch? Who can't handle it?
Anybody want to make a guess?
I'm the biggest lightweight going. I'm the one who has half a glass of wine. I'm like, I'm drunk. It's like
You've been sipping the whole time.
Yeah,
you
I
got
should
here.
probably slow down.
She would take a shot. She's like, I'm drunk. I'm like, no.
You can't. I'm working on it.
Okay.
Good. Keep it up.
building
I'm working on it.
You keep
I'm
at it,
not
young
going to
lady.
quit. I
Some
got
things are really worth it.
So when your girlfriends at home get together or get on the phone, FaceTime, however you bond in a daily basis, even beyond brunch, which is like the most lovely way to come together. What are you guys talking about? Or do they come to you and feel like you're their therapist? You're like their place to vent and tell everything?
It is actually how it all started. People turned to us like we knew all the answers because we had done it first.
When we started way back when, we were stay-at-home moms, and a lot of people would go to work, and it was like taboo to talk about your kids when you went out for some reason. Like our babies are now our oldest are 13, and women would be like, I can't talk about my kids because I should be talking about something else, but I have so many questions because what is going on, right? So when they would come to us and be like, so is this normal? Is this normal? I don't like my husband. Is that normal? And I'm like, girl,
You don't have to like him all the time.
Yeah, this is normal.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's something else that you guys do actually, which I think is so cute. Like, you both have wonderful marriages and you have these like deep, rich family lives independently, but the leaning of the sisterhood that you have between the two of you, I loved hearing the story way back when. How did that come together? How do you find that friendship? Because I do think people are lonely sometimes and they are looking for that deep connection of someone to lean on. How did you guys cultivate that?
I had a baby and I thought it would be so magical and blissful and everything would be perfect. And all my friends were still like going out to dinner at 10 o'clock at night and all of that. So I had the baby and I was really, really, really lonely. And I was feeling like I didn't have any of the answers and I was crying a lot. And then we hadn't seen each other in a few years and I saw that she had a baby and I was like, somebody I've always loved has a baby, please come to me. And we never left each other's side and we couldn't do without each other. Both of our moms help us out, our husbands are together right now. They'll be bringing the kids to us tomorrow. Like it really takes a village. Our brothers and sisters are all friends. We do everything.
We had a play date and never left. And I think that a lot of women get a bad rap for not being able to like get along and they have there's so much judgment, but I feel like it's the exact opposite. And we see so many women who are just like, thank you, we love what you do. And I think that it's just a narrative we have to change. And most women are just looking to be like validated and we're all doing the best we can. And we just try to there's no right way. We all do it differently, but their kids love you just the way, they don't want anyone different. When you go to bed in 10 years from now, they're not gonna be like, wish I had a different mom. Never.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna cry. That's
Well, no, but think of that there's no judgment. We do it for them, and they don't want anybody different.
You're the perfect mom for your kids.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, when we come back, Boozy Brunch After Dark, Cat and Nat will be revealing the hardest part of motherhood, and it's not what you think. We are back with mom duo Cat and Nat sharing some mom truths. So I'm torn between two questions I want to ask. Number one is like, what do you think is the most taboo thing women don't want to admit or like feel they are just afraid to say out loud, but once they do, it's like,
Can we say the S word on here?
yes, and we'll bleep it.
That I don't want to do the nasty as much as I did in the first year of marriage.
Oh, okay.
And is that okay? Kat told me it's fine.
Yeah, I think the transition of like from being just two people to like all of a sudden, like you're supposed to be a vixen in the bedroom, a banging mom, dress amazing, like make quinoa pancakes, and then also be like happy, and then like
a lot.
go to bed like you
exhausted. Right? Let's have a drink to
that. Yeah. And like rainbow cakes. I mean, it's a lot for us over here. We're just trying to have clean hair, you know?
It's a struggle.
The
First time I told Kat that, I was like, we hadn't really opened up yet, and I told her, and I was like, I'm just like exhausted at the end of the day, and she's like, girl, that is so normal. And
I haven't done it in 6 months. What you worry about? And I'm still married.
she's like, it doesn't necessarily mean you're getting divorced. Yeah.
No. We're working through it. It's all good.
That is enlightening. It's just nice to hear. It's just helped us all.
Going back to the intimacy conversation really quickly.
Okay.
Because I have to say, a marriage doesn't grow without, food and water. You gotta find a way to bring it back.
Yeah.
How do you get back to that? You can't be sexless for however many years you've been married,
Yeah, well,
Who says?
It's Boozy Brunch.
No. Go ahead, Natalie.
Go ahead, Nat.
Sometimes you just have to land the plane. You know what I mean? And I think that sometimes...
Doesn't need to take forever.
No, get this done. You just say, this is not a 45-minute endeavor. Let's have fun. Let's keep it under 7 minutes and get this baby done.
Way to take one for the team.
There you go.
But did she take it lying down? We have so many children between us. There's
Literally at this table, there are 75 children.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, you have a wine.
Yes.
How did that come about? How did you
this it? Are
decide
we
to
drinking this? Yeah,
it's
it's
label?
delicious.
Thank you. Well, I mean, it's completely appropriate because we do have a big passion for wine and having a glass of wine at the end of the day, and sometimes on Friday nights drinking more wine. But Cat likes a very specific kind of wine, nice and light and crisp, not too sweet. And I like all kinds, but we wanted to create something that was light drinking, decent alcohol percent. I like it when it's above 12.5. This one's 13.8, just because you can drink less, you know, but get to where you want to go. And we partnered
For date night.
Yeah, and we call it for date night to get it all taken care of. And we wanted to start with a rosé and a white, and we called it Twin Truths because we are twin flames.
Do you know what that means?
familiar?
Wait, yes. Different than soulmates.
We'd explain this again, though. This is
Oh,
wild,
gosh.
like
This is
horoscope
a long
on
okay,
steroids.
so basically,
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop Girl reached out and was like, I think you two are twin flames. And so she like read us and she's like, you two have been together for lives and lives and lives.
Generations, our souls have been together, like fighting as feminists. And back in the day, we forgot about our families and we left them behind, but we've learned from that. And now we can still do all of that and fight for the women, but also stay close to our families. So we're twin flames.
Yeah.
And then we did Mom Truths, our Mom Truths brand. So we have Twin Truths wine.
And you just keep coming back together in each life. That's
We're
crazy.
together forever.
That
And
sounds really weird, I know.
found-
No, I mean, it's very
Soulful.
Yeah, we're not usually
We're
that
so
soulful,
deep
but
like that.
you're not usually that, clearly.
It's awesome. Thank you, guys. That was amazing. Our mocktails, the new cocktails, Cat and Nat are sticking around to help us throw back some delicious brunch drinks. Stick around.
Two moms in the city in a car drinking some wine because everyone else bothers us everywhere else. So if you want to join us in the car, you just
Not
join
allowed
us.
to drink in the car.
I'm not moving.
We're back talking boozy brunch and more with our friends Cat and Nat. They're still here to raise a glass with us. Now, ladies, I think we've seen a lot of mocktails on menus when we go out to eat. Now, do you think mocktails are the new cocktails? What do you think?
I would give it a try
Okay,
as a break from the boozy ones.
nice. And you can always have a little something in your purse if you need to drop it in there with the mocktails.
Oh, honey, I don't leave home without it. Are you kidding?
Well, Dave.
You know what I mean? Where's the mocktail?
I was just joking. I didn't know you had them.
No, you get it on the airplane and you keep it with you for times when someone serves you a mocktail and you're trying to be polite.
I love you too.
I mean, you've got lots of surprises, my friends. Well, the perfect drink with or without alcohol can definitely set the tone for brunch. So today we're giving you the recipe for some of our favorite every brunch table needs around the country, because there are usually just standard cocktails like mimosas and Bloody Marys. But today we're going to give you twists on the classics, and they are delicious. Daphne, what's up first?
Up first is a twist on a mimosa. So the classic mimosa, obviously orange juice and champagne, orange juice and Prosecco. It works really well too. We are going to do a raspberry mimosa, which is light, like sweet tart, really easy to make, fun and festive. It's a gorgeous pink color. So it's kind of, look, that Gail is modeling them down here. Please show me more. No, it's really, and look how pretty they look.
So pretty.
And I'll show you how quickly you can make it. So we're gonna make a raspberry coulis, which is essentially just fresh raspberries, which I added to a pot here over a medium-low heat, along with some sugar and some fresh lemon juice. You can use lime juice, you can use grapefruit juice, something with a little bit of acidity, just to help it start to cook down. I do need a little bit more water in there, which I don't have, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a little champagne.
Shucks. Love that.
Pampers
Love
into
that.
that. So all I'm doing here is, as those raspberries warmed up, they're getting nice and soft. They're always pretty soft anyway. So I'm just taking a potato masher and mashing them up to a smooth, beautiful puree. I'm gonna give it a little stir. I'm gonna let it cook about 5 minutes over a medium-low heat until it simmers down, the liquid evaporates, and you are putting it, after you put it through a strainer, just like a little sieve like I have here, what you are left with is this luscious raspberry sauce, which goes gorgeously over any dessert, I have to say, but definitely in a cocktail like this one we're doing here. And so you add about 2 tablespoons to the base of your stem glass. Top it up. Let's see how my champagne pour is. Let's see how high she can go without spilling over. Can she get it all the way to the top? Cheers to my ladies. I love it.
Cheers.
My gosh. Cheers. Jamaica, what's going on down there?
All right, so now, couldn't leave you out. Okay, so now this is a mocktail that I have. It's a rosemary blood orange ginger fizz. So if you kind of like a Moscow Mule kind of thing, this is where you should live with that.
Okay, let's.
So yeah, don't move back because I'm gonna put you to work.
Okay, good. I like being at work. I mean, don't trust me much though.
It's okay, I'm watching you. So in this pot we have a cup of water, and then we'll add in a cup of sugar because we are making a simple syrup, which is equal parts sugar and water, okay?
Can I stir this?
Yeah, you go ahead and stir.
Okay.
And then once your sugar starts to dissolve, we'll add in some fresh ginger, peeled and sliced.
That's good for you too, you know, sugar and ginger.
Aids in digestion. And then a sprig of rosemary will go in there. So it's nice and fragrant and floral, a little herby going on. So as that starts, you bring it up to a boil, then let it simmer, cool it down completely, okay? Then when you're ready to make your drink, that's when you'll take the ginger and the rosemary out, and then you'll start to make your mocktail. So it's very simple. We have blood orange juice here.
Okay.
We'll pour a little first.
This is fancy, Jamaica. I can't wait to drink this. It looks so good.
I make it look fancy, but it's so simple. And then this is not a shot. This is your simple syrup right here, your ginger rosemary simple syrup. And you can make it as sweet as you like. You know, if you don't want a lot of sweetness, omit it. Ginger beer.
Oh, my favorite.
I love ginger beer. So just add a little bit of
The
that.
ginger beer has no alcohol.
No alcohol whatsoever.
Okay.
But it gives it that great ginger flavor that is enhanced with this simple syrup. And then you'll top it off with just a little club soda, a little fizzy, bubbly goodness.
Too. Wow.
Well,
It's like a fresh garden drink.
I feel like the garnish is where it's at.
I'm gonna finish garnishing mine up.
You'd be a great one.
Stick your rosemary in there
this
too.
is delicious for a mocktail, and because it has the ginger beer, you kind of feel like you're having a cocktail. I was just pregnant for so many months that mocktails are just kind of retired for me.
This one over
Understood.
here.
What'd you add? Some vodka or some tequila? What's going in there?
Vodka
Oh, very
today.
nice.
Does that work?
So anything works.
Anything
This is
works.
so
I didn't
good.
see it.
This
It
is
doesn't matter.
delicious.
Never happened. I didn't see anything. Go for it.
Thank you, Cat and Nat.
Thank you.
For being so honest and being right here with us today. Their best-selling book, Cat and Nat's Mom Truths, is available everywhere books are sold, and we all need a copy. Up next, quiche can get a kind of a bad rap, but we're gonna change your mind after this.
Welcome back to the Good Dishes Boozy Brunch. Today I am making one of my favorite recipes. It's my honeymoon quiche. This recipe, guys, it's my honeymoon quiche because it takes me back to one of my favorite trips I've ever taken in my whole life. It was my honeymoon with my husband, John. We did go to Paris, not originally the plan. We were actually rained out of our original honeymoon. We were meant to go to Bermuda. We only had 2 or 3 days, so we were gonna go somewhere close and just be somewhere together and relax after, you know, the craziness of the wedding and everything. And then it was Hurricane Earl. We got totally rained out. So we called an audible and went to Paris, and we went to Paris with no plans. And obviously we ate our hearts out. We had so many picnics of just baguettes and like huge wedges of brie and just dunking and fresh strawberries. Oh. And one of my favorite lunches to have were a quiche and salad. It's so simple. I think of it as like, it's like just, you know, an everyday lunch there, but of course in Paris, it's like the most beautiful, delicious thing you've ever eaten. And this is something that I make now just to take us back for a quick little trip without ever having to leave the kitchen, which I love.
Sweet.
And my combo of choice is mushroom leek because it's a little sweet. It has that wonderful meatiness of the mushrooms, but realistically, you can do any veggie combo you'd like. The point that is important is just to make sure that you go ahead and sweat out all the moisture that naturally occurs in your vegetables, because what will ruin your quiche and make it break is when the vegetables start to release water as the quiche bakes. So you are taking your time here. What I have in the pan here are my mushrooms. You let them sit in the pan without bothering them too much. Wait till they get this nice golden brown, toss them around, and then you season with a little bit of salt and start to develop that additional layer of color and flavor. I added in some minced leeks, which of course are the sweet cousin of onion. And now I have some fresh thyme, which I always love as a mix in with this dish. Keeps it nice and fresh. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Meanwhile, you're gonna par bake your pie crust. Now this is something that is, you know, there's a couple places you can trip when making quiche. The crust is one of them because you really want to make sure that it gets crisp, not gummy. The trick to doing that is to par bake your crust, which means you basically roll out your pie dough and press it into your pie form. And then you're gonna use something called pie weights. In our case, we're actually using just dried beans in a piece of parchment paper tucked really nice and snugly. And make sure you push them down so you're essentially holding the wall up against the wall of your baking dish. And you just pop that into a 400-degree oven, 10 to 12 minutes. You'll see it's gonna get nice and golden brown here along the edges. I did spear the bottom of the pie with my fork just so that it released the air as it's baking, and that, you guys know, is gonna make it so it doesn't puff up and get big mounds at the bottom. It stayed nice and flush to the pie form. And now we are ready to start to add our custard together with our delicious veggie mix. So Gail, you wanna give me a hand with this? We've got a bunch of eggs in
Put
here.
some milk in there for me,
Sure. Probably 8 eggs to start.
All right, so milk and then what, nutmeg?
That's a little. I love a little fresh grating of a nutmeg in here. It does add. Nutmeg has like a slightly sweet note to it, but it's also that nice little warming spice. It's a great mix. Very classic. In with our shredded cheddar cheese. You can use Gruyere if you feel like getting really fancy and French. And I'm gonna actually add a touch more salt. Now that my mushrooms are nice and caramelized, this is the point at which you definitely wanna make sure you have plenty of seasoning happening with your veg.
Oh, I wouldn't leave you hanging. I season eggs like you will never taste an unseasoned egg coming out of our kitchen.
Thank you. That's why I love you. It's one of the many reasons.
You only love me because of my seasonings. Is that what you're saying to me?
I love you because you're always speaking my language.
There you go. You need this?
There you go. Well, you could use that. We could just push this around. Now, something that in theory we would do is let the veggie mix cool before we add the custard right on top. But we're gonna work fast and then it doesn't matter. So go ahead and pour that right over our veg. Beautiful. Thank you so much. We're pouring that filling into the pie form. Now we're tucking this back into the oven. We've dropped the temperature at this point, okay? So now, actually, go ahead and put it on a cookie sheet too, so that you're not struggling and worrying about it spilling on your oven, because
That was very precise.
the last thing I want to do is give you more cleanup. Drop your oven temp to 375. It's going to go until it's perfectly set. The custard is rich and beautiful like it is here.
That's beautiful.
Nice.
And it shouldn't wiggle. That's what you're looking for. As just, I'm a big fan of like the eye test. You know, obviously cook times and everything are really important, but to make you a more confident and intuitive cook, it's a good idea to use all your senses. So when I shake it, you can see the custard is nice and set. There's no wiggle happening.
So do I get to try this famous quiche?
What are you doing here?
Aww.
Hi.
Well, I heard there was quiche on Honeymoon, and I also wanted to congratulate you guys on such a wonderful launch.
Oh my gosh, he's such a
Thank
keeper. He's so nice.
So come on, you got to tell us if it
Let's
tastes
do it.
like Paris. Come on.
do it.
Thank you for the beautiful flowers. I love that.
Dropping in.
And for my friends, you always take care of my friends
Thank you,
too. I
sir.
love
That
it.
was
really thoughtful.
Okay.
Are you hungry?
Always.
Always.
Oh wait, he's always hungry for his wife's cooking, of
Oh my
course.
goodness, absolutely.
Well, this quiche, I remember it because Daphne made me walk about an hour to find the exact quiche restaurant, because we couldn't just go to any quiche restaurant. It had to be your favorite.
You know, well, I have lots of favorites, and it's true. I wanted to try them all. I mean, we were always on the hunt, but there was one in particular I was trying to remember from when I was little, and we did.
And did it live up to the hype it did?
It sure
right? I mean,
did.
here we are making that quiche again.
You
See
know,
how this one tastes.
here, my love. Enjoy that.
Let's go.
Can I jump into this?
Please.
Here, my love.
Where's yours?
Enjoy that.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Now, is John a romantic kind of guy?
He is a
one's?
romantic. We have to try it first. He is a romantic kind of guy. He's a flower bringer. He always, always.
By the way, I think this tastes better because there's been about 11 years almost in between. That's been a lot of fun. An adventure every day.
And lots of kids and lots of craziness.
Yeah, and
lots of wildness.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
another baby,
wanna
guys.
Almost as
good.
That is so sweet. All right, you two.
Oh,
get
let
a
me taste
room.
this
Look at
quiche.
that.
Yes, get in there.
It's so good.
Well,
It is
they
good.
noodle. Stick around for the good list. We've got everything you need to answer the question, what's for brunch?
Welcome back to The Good Dish. From cocktails to delicious food to so many surprises. This Boozy Brunch has had it all. I don't even know what's about to happen in this final segment. What else could we squeeze into this
how
show?
much fun were Cat and Nat?
Oh,
They
a riot.
crack me up.
They're
they
the best.
bring me joy.
We need another hour with those two. They made me laugh so much. It was so amazing.
And they're such like fun, safe, easy people to talk to too, because they are so raw and vulnerable about everything that their experience of motherhood entails, which I think is really cool and unique in this day and age for sure. And then you guys surprised me with John walking out. I'm still blushing, by the way. Like, I guess because I was in the honeymoon mindset too. It was like even more just surprising to me. And you asked if John is a romantic, and he definitely is. And something I will say that is and obviously bringing flowers, which are going in my dress.
And he brought flowers for your girls too.
I know.
That's
You can never go wrong, and that is so. And I love that he brought them for you guys. That is like obviously so lovely and important. But it's the little things he does. He always stops to listen to me. Like if I'm having something I need to just get off my chest, or we're like having a conversation, I always feel so heard and listened to. He always looks for ways to help and support me. Like it's those little things that I think, and watching him as a father, it's like the most incredible thing. So it's funny thinking back to our honeymoon and how much I loved him and knew him. Even we met when we were 18, but seeing how much our relationship has evolved and how much we've grown up together and how much even more I love him now. It's just like, it's radical. It's a really special, and not just because I'm drunk, okay? It's really been a great hour.
No. We're all a little tipsy, but yes, you're speaking truth. Now it's time for the good list. Now you see that QR code on your screen. I want you to open up your camera app and hold it up to the TV, hold your phone up, and it will take you right to the recipes, your shopping list, and more from today's show. And you can also head to gooddishtv.com to get all that's on the good list today. And let me just say, if you're confused, that's probably because your camera app is on selfie and you're staring at yourself right now. So press that little button, flip it around. There you go, right on the QR code. You got it. There we go. Somebody needed that at home. All right, so to answer the question, what's for brunch? Oh, we go with our sweet apple cinnamon stuffed French toast casserole. Oh, take that all in. And you can prep it the night before, so you can make everything we've covered on today's show by heading over to the good list. So scan that code right now.
Thank you, Jamika. So many delicious things today. We'll see you all next time for more good food and good dish. Cheers. Cheers.